All right, welcome back to Prepping with Sarge. So today we're going to do a little bit of a pantry haul. Now, last time I did one of these, I showed you some of the things that I buy for personal hygiene and cleaning. Today I'm going to show you some of the shelf-stable foods that we routinely stack and rotate here in the Sarge compound. Stay with me now. All right, thanks for staying with me here. Let's get right to it. This is a prepper pantry haul I'm filming this at the beginning of 2023. And I want to say that a couple things here. First of all, I got a whole stack of brown bread back here. Now, I did a video on that while I was camping, just talking about how canned bread is actually surprisingly good and that you ought to really give it a try. This stuff's awesome. In fact, if you want to check out the whole video, I'll put a link to it somewhere up here and you can check that out. But yeah, good stuff here. Get this brown bread. I personally like the one without raisins a little bit better, but they make ones with raisins too. It stays shelf stable for a very long time. So you need to know it does have a different texture consistency than what the picture might make you think it's like a piece of that it cuts like a piece of bread. It's a little bit softer than that, so it's a little hard to like make a sandwich out of, but it's good for if you wanted to spread like cream cheese on top of this or actually baked beans on top of this. Is the shizzle. You really need to check that out. All right, on to the next thing. We always get some canned sauce. Now, a lot of times, being that my wife is an amazing chef, we don't use this, but it's nice to have it as a backup. And you can doctor this up with stuff from your own garden to give it a little bit more flavor. For example, I recommend you grow oregano and basil. Of course, if you add some of your own fresh tomatoes from the garden, it's going to give it a lot more rich flavor too. But definitely stack some canned sauce. All right, then we'll move over here to good old store brand mac and cheese. This stuff is, of course, not the healthiest thing for you, but it sure does taste good. It's a morale booster and very, very shelf stable, stays good for a long time. I always try to stack in a little bit of canned fruit and canned vegetables or both. So in this haul, we got a little bit of pineapple slices that we added to the stack. And then add a little bit of protein each time you go as well. So this is just Swanson's premium chicken breast. Also stays good usually for over a year and then probably longer than that. Although you want to be checking your cans very carefully and make sure that there's no rust or dents in there. And then in the wintertime, it's good to add these into the rotation, which is just a little bit of good old-fashioned chicken flavored broth with noodles. Okay, so you could actually pop one of these open to add a little bit more protein to it if you wanted to, or you could have it just like this. I find that the salty hot liquid when you've got a little cold just tends to increase your comfort factor a little bit. It's not necessarily going to cure the cold, but it makes you a little bit less miserable while you're enduring that. And then the last one on the list today was a little bit of white instant rice. This stays good for a really long time too. And of course you could add your protein to that. You could add your some red sauce to that and do something with it. You could serve it. You could serve it with the brown bread if you wanted to. All right. Hope this gives you some ideas. Let me know in the comments down below. What are you seeing in your stores around you lately? What is there a shortage of? What kind of inflation are you seeing? I mean, it's just been out of control. I hope you are ahead of the game with keeping your pantry well stacked, because trying to catch up is just a nightmare with the prices right now. All right, that's going to do it for today. Keep planting your seeds, keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.